Okay, so we are recording. So anyway, what I was just saying, I did a live video on our team page the other day with Melanie. Melanie, our upline, has this Rising Stars page, and it's for people within the Dream Team downline that are diamond and above. And the benefit of that is, kind of one of the other perks of getting to diamond is she does this like exclusive little group for people that are, that are diamond and above, and, focused on building and leadership and stuff like that. So that's kind of an extra little perk. Now, of course, I had to work my tail off to get into that group, but there's been so many nuggets of information I've gained from that group, and just, having that extra little bit of access to her on more of one-on-one level, leadership and things like that has been really nice. So whenever we have our calls, which they're usually every Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock, and I can't always get on them, but this last Wednesday we had Josh Coates on, and I don't know if you guys see Josh Coates, but like there's always these ads popping up, and he's like doing a free training or doing some kind of something that he does for leadership, and he's one of John C. Maxwell's like big leadership guys. So he works with the John C. Maxwell organization, and he actually mentors a lot of top Beachbody coaches. Like I want to say, like, I know one girl pays him like 25 grand a year for him to like help her with leadership, which for me is absurd, but I guess when you have the money to burn, like, might as well put it to use. So, so he's super, super amazing. So if you get a chance, I would just suggest going back through this weekend, because going back to that video sometime this weekend and just taking a little listen, because he gave us a lot of information that, as somebody who is a leader, and whether you're 1 week in this business, 1 month, 1 year in this business, you do take on a leadership role, not just for coaches that you are signing up and recruiting and as you're building, but for your challengers in your challenge groups and things like that. And there's so many of us that I know we've had a challenger that signed up and then they never check in or they never show up, and you're like, God, what am I, like, I have to be doing something wrong, and we think about ourselves first. But we can't take blame for other people's actions, and sometimes we just have to let those things go, and we have to kind of weed out the people that are ultimately not going to bring our energy levels up, but are bringing us down. And we don't want to dip down to that level, because that can ultimately cause us to get burned out, frustrated, throw in the towel, all those things. And we have to look for the people that actually want and need the help. So just a little recap on that, just to go back and take a little listen to. Our Health Bet group was awesome, you guys. I'm so, so amazed with that group and how just the results and victories and all of that stuff. And I feel like the closeness from that group was really a huge benefit for a lot of people. So moving forward after that group with, anybody that you've had in that group, anybody that you potentially talk to about that group, and then going back through people that have had victories and results from that group, just check in with them and make sure they're still doing okay. Check in and make sure that they're plugged into a group still, or if they want to get back into a group, or, doing a holiday survival kind of group. And that's something I want to talk about in a minute. But kind of just checking in and making sure that they are sticking with it, and that they are, continuing to move forward. And then the other benefit too is also talking to those people about their transformations. I had a woman who I shared a transformation from last week, or this last Tuesday, that came out of that group. So always, just checking back in, and sometimes a simple thank you goes a long way. If somebody allows you to share their transformation, just sending them a thank you note, and then that goes a long way. Just a second. Hi, can I help you? Yes. You guys, my paper that I needed for this call, I left it upstairs. I'm going to go grab it real quick. If anybody wants to pop on and say anything, go right ahead. I'll be right back in just a minute.
where are you?
We're at McDonald's. Bo's at swim practice tonight, or this morning.
Oh, yeah.
So I needed to steal their Wi-Fi, so I'm at McDonald's having a hot chocolate with Ryan.
Yum. I'm like, I know you're not home. I forgot that you had swimming.
Yeah. I talked him into it. I'm like, we have a meet next week. You need to qualify for a few more events. So
I hear you.
Hi, Ryan. Yeah,
I still hear you.
I was trying to pick up, or trying to figure out our schedule because Brady has 3 home games. And Eric picked up overtime Sunday afternoon. And I'm like,
I hear you.
I hear you too,
I
Ryan.
hear you. Hey.
quiet. Yeah, it's loud here. I'm going to mute myself again.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. So a couple quick things about double time, and then I want to talk a little bit about 80-day obsession. So as you guys know, I know a couple of you are really working with double time, and that's awesome. I am trying to do the same. I'm pumped because, like, for me, I'm a pediatric nurse as well, and the childhood obesity rates are alarming and embarrassing. And we have to do something. And I think we, as parents, we're in the front line, and we have to set a good example. And whether it's with nutrition or with workouts, but we have, and then for other people that are watching us too, setting that example. And like, listen, it's not totally difficult to eat a little bit healthier. It's not totally difficult to squeeze in 18 to 25 minutes a day with your kids, and then just continuing to show that and continuing to add value. So I do want to do a team-wide group starting on November 27th, which is totally up to you if you want to run your own group, do it as a team or not. But I'm having that option open, so that way if anybody wants to invite to it, start a group that day, we can, and it'll be a 30-day group, and kind of carry us into Christmas. So what's nice, if you guys went into the program materials, there's that little kids calendar, which is great, so the kids can check off their days. We can just have a group where we do a daily motivational post. We can take turns posting. You check in with your own families that are in that group. We share some healthy, family-friendly recipes. Nothing crazy, just, you guys know it as parents. We don't have a lot of time to dig through 15 groups on Facebook and try to find something. So one simple little thing every day. And that's kind of what we did in the Health Bet group. And I think that worked really well because it wasn't too overwhelming. There wasn't, 15 things that people had to do for assignments. And it was basically like, here's some recipes, here's, keep going, do this, here's some tips, here's that. And so we can incorporate some fun little family fitness challenges in there. But ultimately with Double Time, like, it's one of those programs that it's pretty specific. So you're probably not going to get 100 people that are going to come running and be like, yes, like, sign me up, like we do normally with like 21 Day Fix. It's going to be very, very specific to families. And this is something that you can reach out to families on a one-on-one level. Anybody that you've talked to previously about healthy recipes for, hey, I need help with recipes for my family. Hey, I need, these are ideal people to put into this group and to talk to about this group. As we know, we have this Double Time competition thing going on this month, November to Remember, where we can earn up to $50,000 for our children's PTO. I posted in our group the other day in our team page about sending out a letter to the principal. So if that's something, if you're feeling ambitious this weekend, I would say, copy and paste that and send it to your kid's principal. Because if we're starting a group on November 27th, we could definitely get this done before, Thanksgiving break, fall break. So I want to share with you guys, Megan Blinka can you guys hear me? I'm like frozen. Wait. Oh, come on. Can you guys hear me? I'm like totally frozen. I don't even know if this call is working. Ah, give me a thumbs up if you can. Am I good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Sarah. Okay. So I'm going to try to screen share and hope that I don't freeze again. Okay. So anyway, Megan Blinka is another coach who kind of got this idea, shared it with a bunch of us, and I thought, you know what, it doesn't hurt to try. So so I sent an email out to my kid's teacher or the school principal last Monday, and I knew there was a PTO meeting on Tuesday, and I told her, you know, listen, I'm more than happy to come and present at the PTO meeting and talk about this program, give you guys a little demo, whatever. And so she said, I'm going to send it to the PTO and I'll let you know. So obviously, you know, this whole week has gone by. I haven't heard anything. So I'm going to follow up with her on Monday. But I told her I'm making a flyer. And I'd love for this flyer to go home in their kids' backpacks over fall break. And, you know, to be able to help more kids stay active. And if I need to work with the PE teacher about this, I can. But I basically just put myself out there. And I did a blog post, literally copy and pasted that from the Beachbody website into my blog and changed a few things. And so this is a flyer that Megan Blinka did. And I'm just going to, you know, white this out down here at the bottom, put my stuff in there, maybe change up a couple things on here, and then get it to a print shop if the school approves it. So if they do, great. I know Megan sent out like 4,500 of these, just because she kept going from one person to the next. She's like, awesome, well, I'll talk to the PTO president. I'll talk to the superintendent. I'll get somebody involved. So she just kept pushing until she got it to go. So that's, you know, a kind of a bigger, grander scale thing. But I would also, this is something that you can take, and I can share this image with you guys. You can take, you know, you can take on a PicMonkey, you can white this out, you can put your stuff down here, and you can take it to your kids, you know, like Sarah, your kid's soccer coach. Take it and hand it out to some parents. Put it on the bulletin board at the local gym, or, you know, make one like this that has those little tear-offs at the bottom with your name and phone number. And that way you can hang it up at the library, or, you know, little things like that, that potentially could get more eyes on this, and take it to local parks, you know, like, I don't know, but ways that you can help get more families involved. Because you honestly never know who is going to see this and be like, yep, like I need this. We need this for our family. Absolutely, 100%. So the best thing you can do is just continue to talk about that, and kind of just pepper that in, and continue to, you know, make sure that you've got a date for the start of your group. If we're all doing it on November 27th, awesome. Like, we'll just keep going, and who knows, you know, because keeping those conversations going and keeping people engaged when it comes to this stuff is really going to be ultimately the best way. So double time, love it. The workouts are, I'm not a Tony Horton fan by any means, but my kids are kind of like, they're excited about it. And I'm like, whatever, like, it's fun. I enjoy doing it with them and seeing their little reactions and stuff, and just watching them, you know, interact with each other and stuff. And I can even like get them to go do it together and push play, you know, and like that's something too. Like, your kid's driving you nuts, it's fall break, put them in a room and make them do this workout together for 25 minutes, you know? So, so there's quite a few little benefits there. So diving into 80-Day Obsession, as you guys know, we just had the sneak peek last week, and they're extending it for another week. So what's nice about that is anybody that you didn't get into a sneak peek this week, start one today and say, hey, we've got this new program. I feel like I know there's quite a few things going on. Like, we've got double time, we've got this, you know, Prepare to be Obsessed, then we have 80-Day Obsession launching in January, and, you know, there's so much, like, I don't want to overwhelm my audience, but you don't really know who's going to be attracted to what. So, for example, this 80-Day or Prepare to be Obsessed, at the last minute on Sunday, I was like, you know what, I've got to get a post out there about this Prepare to be Obsessed, because I may or may not have somebody that needs a week of workouts and support and stuff. So I did a post. I said, I'm doing a free group. Click, I created a group on Facebook. You have to add a person to it. I added my husband to it because I'm like, well, I've just got to have one other person in here so I can create a group. And we'll just see, like basically just throwing my fishing line out there and seeing who takes a bite. And I've got 23 people in there now that have a lot of people are my current challengers that just wanted to be in it because they wanted to do the workout anyway that I already have in a challenge group. But I have done like the bare minimum for that group. I've done one post every day. I've taken an Autumn Calabrese quote. If you guys want me to add you to it, I can make a script and I can share it with you guys. Actually, let me just make a note. I'll just make a script of my group. So that way, if you want to kick off a group on Sunday, you can add these people. And then these are people that potentially you sign them up for a free trial, which the best way to do that is to go into your Team Beachbody Coach mobile app, enter their email. I'll always make sure that they don't already have an account or a coach, because if they do, you're going to have to switch them over to you using the coach change form that you can literally just Google, and it's simple to do that. All you need is their email address and their zip code, and you can change them over to you. Make sure that they've enrolled, and then you have to do skip challenge pack purchase to do the skip challenge pack purchase, and then you'll click on the membership level, and you do the club membership, and that enrolls them with the club, but it gives them a 14-day free trial. So I tell them, yes, you have to enter your credit card. No, you're not billed until day 15. Do this for a week. We'll make a decision if you want to continue with workouts or not, and then I'll help you with what the best option is for your budget and all of that stuff. So that's usually what I tell my people. And I just put a little note on my calendar to check back in with them on such and such date, or I'll set my alarm on my phone like 2 days before their membership expires, and at that very moment, I'll send them a Facebook message and be like, hey, by the way, your membership expires in 2 days. What do you want to do? Like, let's get you signed up for your next, because usually, not going to lie, when people do a free trial, I would say probably 75% of them continue on with at least a club membership. Sometimes they do a challenge pack. They get a taste for it. And you guys know, you get a taste for it, you really start feeling good after these workouts, and you're like, dang, I kind of want to keep this up. This is fun. So talk about it this weekend. I think I've done 3 or 4 posts this week about prepare to be obsessed. I'm just looking at my post. Okay. So yeah, just simple. Like, I've been doing these new workouts. The whole program launches in January. We're doing a sneak peek right now. If you're interested in trying them with me for free, click the link to join the group below, or, comment below. And I'll send you, and I'll add you to the group. So I'm just doing a post every day. Today, since the workouts were only Monday through Friday, I did a post about meal prep and meal planning on the weekend and talking to people about the importance of their nutrition. Because once we get them with the workouts, that sounds terrible. Once we get them with the workouts, like, you know what I mean? Once we get them like on, a consistent fitness, like getting in the mindset of like adding fitness in regularly and all of that, then it's a lot easier to talk to them about nutrition. Workouts are great, but they're about 25% of your results. 75% of your results come from eating better and eating healthier. So let's talk about that. So I did a post on meal prep today. All of my meal prep includes Shakeology. So people are going to see that I use Shakeology, and they know that I use Shakeology because I talk about it. And they talk about it in the workouts too. So that's something, I feel like we talk kind of lightly about, or we walk on eggshells with, because we don't want to come across as like, hey, I want you to buy Shakeology if you're going to do this group. But I think it's so important for so many of us that, and you guys know it when you started this journey, maybe you were this way like I was, but like totally a junk food person and didn't have great nutrition. And I was super skeptical of Shakeology, but I was like, whatever, I'll try it for 30 days and then I'll cancel my next orders. And it's, over 3 years later, and I'm still using it every day. So I think, just being clear and communicating with people about that too makes a big difference. So free group, it's a great chance to do that. Maybe we can work on getting a group of recipes, family-friendly, just a family-friendly team group together that we can have ongoing that we can add people to. And then we can utilize, and for those of us that have our own favorites, we can share in there, and then we can kind of use that as a sharing page to share with our challengers and stuff. So I'll work on that this weekend, possibly this weekend. And then, so 80-day obsession. I have a couple slides here. I'm going to go ahead and screen share again. Because we talked about this on the call, that Rising Stars call the other day. You guys can see my screen. So this program launches officially January 15th. Now, Prepare to be Obsessed is completely separate. This sneak peek that we're doing is not the 80-day obsession workouts. This is kind of like a sneak peek of what these workouts are going to be like. From what I understand, these workouts are anywhere from 45 minutes to 60 minutes, which is like, oh gosh, I have to get up at what time? Like, now you're joking, right? But a different workout every day, and no boredom, and probably some of the best results that we're going to get from a program, because it's a different workout. You're challenging your muscles in every day. You guys have been doing them this week. Like, holy cow, those slides, the bands, like some of the moves. And I've ordered some stuff from Amazon, which I'm super, Sarah, did you have something?
I did. So I got a massage yesterday, and the lady went to go massage the back of my legs, like my thighs and my knee, and I jumped. And I was like, oh, that it hurt so bad. And I was like, oh, I'm really sore.
Yeah.
More sore than I've been in a long time.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're targeting muscles and with these bands and sliders, like, that's going to be a game changer for some people, because for me, I don't use those. I just do weights and stuff. So I'm like, I have to do what with what? Like, are you serious? And my butt hurts. It's sore. And so I'm excited because these are going to be a chance to switch them up. I did leg day this morning, and I sweated through my shirt, because it was in 30 minutes, I know her 21-day fix and Fix Extreme leg day workouts are pretty challenging, but this for me, I thought was so much better because it was 3 rounds, and it was like, oh, well, now I'm done, So I know that the workouts are going to be longer, but this is a really great chance to start collecting those names for January challenge groups. So to start talking to people, right now about this Prepare to be Obsessed, and get them in start a Google document and collect their emails. And I will tell you guys, it's so very important to get and collect and hold on to those emails, because God forbid, Facebook ever crashes, we don't have anything. If you're running your whole business on Facebook, you got nothing. If Facebook ever crashes. And so having emails that you can send an email out, you can send an image that says 80-day obsession, and, you can make one on Pinterest or Canva real quick, and send that to people and give them a heads up. So I am trying to do some training right now on what the best email collector system is that automatically pumps out emails. We get junk emails from places all the time that they just collect emails and then they just pump out emails. So if anybody has any experience with that, I would love your feedback and input. Otherwise, I know MailChimp is a good one, which I've subscribed to, but I have no idea what I'm doing on there. I'm just I'm just floating around like a bubble in space because I don't even know what to do. So I've got to find a training on that, or maybe ask if somebody can do a training, because that's a really, really great way to just reach more people every month. I send out a monthly newsletter to everybody on my Beachbody list. And this is embarrassing. Let me show you guys this. Here's my current email list. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's about as good as it gets right there. So I just continue to add people to that list, and then I just copy and paste them all into the BCC thing on my email. So that works for me right now until I can figure out a better system. But getting people on an email list, even if it's, a blank notebook and writing them down, but just having, I like doing the notes on my computer because then I can copy and paste it into an email. Because those are the people that you're going to want to touch base with when this program launches in January. And these are the people that you want to get on board right now. And then when you have these, say you have 10 new people that are like, yes, like tell me more, I want to do this program this week. And then what do you do with them at the end? Well, I, check in with them, see what they thought, talk to them about continuing, get them get them on a week of 21-day fix so they can try that out too. And then I would suggest doing a holiday survival group that starts, what is the calendar? Let me look. So if you know that you have people that are not going to be, like if you have new people for this 80-day obsession sneak peek, get them into potentially a 21-day fix group starting like December 4th. Do a holiday survival group starting December 4th. They can get 3 weeks in of 21-day fix. You can share some healthy holiday recipes. Beachbody has a ton of like holiday cookie treat recipes on there too. Those are fun things to do. I always do a 12 days of Christmas or 12 days of giveaways where I do, I'll either buy, a bunch of cheap little things and do a giveaway every day in my group, and then on my personal page, I just talk about my 12 favorite things, whether it's, a pair of socks that I love or workout shoes or a purse or makeup or whatever. So that's kind of another fun way to give people a glimpse into your life too. But that's a really good way to get people kind of thinking about the January mindset, checking in with them regularly. So holiday survival would be a fun thing to do kind of in December. And then with 80-day obsession, so this is, I don't know if you guys have seen any of these images yet, but these came from leadership last weekend in Vegas. So I posted that brand new Portion Fix, she's kind of revamping the Portion Fix stuff, which is a really great read to go back in and kind of just get familiar with that. And the nutrition for 80-day obsession is going to be a timed nutrition. So she's going to have like a calendar, like a clock, you need to eat at this time, and this time, and tells you what to eat at certain times because it's optimal for your body and to get you better results. There will be access to the loops and the sliders. It says equipment needed, foam roller, maybe if you have a yoga mat that you can roll up, that probably works too. And all of this stuff I think will be available for purchase towards the end of the year, if not right around that time. But I know that since the group, like Beachbody is doing a company-wide group launching like January 15th. So I'm assuming all of this stuff is going to be available like come January 1st. And probably the challenge packs will be available around then too. So this is a little bit scary because you look at these numbers and you look at the price and you're like, holy cow, like who is going to spend that much money? But, your existing customers that already have a Beachbody membership, I know what they're going to do, and that's going to be like what they do currently with Beachbody memberships. If you upgrade or re-up or whatever, they prorate your membership. So if they currently have a membership, that's going to be something that, they're going to be able to prorate, cancel. So their best bet, if they want to do all of the 80-day obsession stuff and get, the equipment and everything with it, is going to be to purchase a challenge pack. So like this basic completion pack right here is going to be their challenge pack option. It's going to come with the containers. It's going to come with the equipment. They're going to get either Shakeology or Performance Stack. And they would just have to cancel their current stuff and then purchase this. And then, and that's going to give them just like our challenge pack. I don't know anything about Success Club points yet. As soon as I know, I'll tell you guys. And then your next best bet, which is kind of cool, is you get Shakeology and the Energize and Performance Protein. So that's kind of cool that, if you have somebody that uses Energize, then they have the option to purchase that as well. Or somebody who's serious about, they really want to make a change. All right, well, listen, like this is what I use. This is what I recommend. I would do this. And then there's this like mega, like holy moly, huge ordeal over here that comes with, this is like great for couples. So if you have a couple that's going to do this together, what's nice about this performance, that it's not on HD. So they don't have to worry that they're going to get Shakeology and Performance Protein every month, unless they just do that Performance Protein on the initial challenge pack. But this combo, this mega, it's not going to come on HD. They're going to get 2 containers of Energize. They're going to get 4 containers of Performance Protein Recover. That's going to carry them through the entire program. They're not going to have to purchase anything else. They're going to have all the equipment. They're going to get 1 bag of Shakeology. That's something that you can talk to them about coming on HD. So this seems like a huge investment. This is also $130 in your pocket for commission. So that's kind of a nice, sweet little deal. And it does ultimately save them in the long run. So if you have somebody who is like gung-ho ready to start, this is a really great way to kind of get them going. This is like a good way to introduce them to the Performance Protein and Energize. So these are kind of what that's going to look like. Now for coaches and customers, current coaches and customers, we can purchase this over here. We can have them purchase this over here. That's going to give them like the slides and the bands. They're going to get an extra set of containers and a shaker. So if you go through your like if you have any leads and you go through your leads and you have people that have signed up for a free BOD membership, we get those emails that come every month that talks about people that have signed up for a BOD membership that have never ordered Shakeology. So this is something that you can talk to them about. And then there's this mega, again, there's that challenge pack from earlier that you can also share with people. But then there's this mega thing that also comes with. So this is kind of a discounted bundle of stuff. So if you are this person and you're ready to do it all, awesome, great. But it's a huge investment. So just something to think about, something to consider. And I would always start with the most expensive option, which, I mean, if you tell somebody initially like, well, $410, they're going to be like, what? Like, nope, no way. But listen, like you can actually do this for $210 or $150, then those options are going to seem a lot more reasonable. So, and then this is for brand new people too. This basic challenge pack that comes with, so what was the difference here? Oh, these are existing. So if they already have a club membership, these are going to be their prices. These are brand new people. So it's going to be $180 for the challenge pack, $240 for the combo, and then $440 for the best. So, so these people who are existing do get that discount. These people that are brand new, this is what their prices are going to look like. So best way to promote this program is just, snap a couple videos of yourself doing it this next week. Save those, use those, continue to talk about it. Talk about, if you're like me that has workout ADD and likes to switch programs a lot, this is going to be great for that because you're going to have a different workout every day. And this is a little bit of an advanced workout. So I would say if you are brand new to Beachbody and you've never worked out before in your life, I probably wouldn't start here. You can, but it's going to be a challenge. I would probably try to talk to people that have already done a Beachbody program about this. Or if you have somebody that is interested, let them know, yes, this is going to challenge you. This is going to be like something that you've never done before. And it's, but it's going to get you results ultimately. You guys know from the workouts this week that it's not an easy program. It's not going to be an easy program. It's going to get you results. It's going to make you sore. It's going to make you sweat. But it is going to be worth it. So, so that's why a holiday survival group would be really great to get people going on like 21 Day Fix already, or like getting them kind of in the mindset of sweating. And same thing, like after Christmas comes, Christmas is a Monday, we'll have almost 3 weeks until that actual like official launch of 80-Day Obsession. So that's something you can get somebody doing 2 weeks of 21 Day Fix starting January 1st, just to kind of get their body moving and getting conditioned and stuff for the right spot. So that's all I have about that. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about?
I have sort of an unrelated struggle. Hi, by the way.
Hi.
I was like,
Good morning.
my video wasn't on earlier because I'm single mom in it and I was trying to make my kids breakfast, so I didn't want to make you guys dizzy. So I'm sort of struggling with like I'm feeling a little bit like I'm getting like mixed messages as far as like how to quote advertise for things. You know, like a lot of the stuff that we're learning about lately is like curiosity marketing. Like you shouldn't be putting things out there about like specifically about Shakeology. Like don't post a picture of your Shakeology. Don't bring like, and not necessarily from you, Ashley, but like, you know, wake up calls, other coach
Right.
calls, whatever. Like things about advertising. And so I'm like, wait, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do because I have not been using any sort of logo or Beachbody anything or anything. But how the hell do you talk about a program without talking about the program? Like I've been posting videos of like myself doing these things, but I don't know if that's enough. It just looks like a workout that I do every day.
Right. So, and it just says my internet connection is unstable. So I'm sorry if I'm choppy or anything like that. But so I
can't hear you. You're frozen.
Can you hear me? Darn it. Hold on. Let me see.
You're kind of going in and out.
Okay. Let me see if I can switch my Wi-Fi. We have two Wi-Fis and sometimes one works and sometimes the other works. Okay. How's that? Is that better?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I am mostly like, I mostly just say like, oh my gosh, this new workout program, blah, blah, blah. Like I don't really say anything specifically about it. Same thing with my shake. Like I talk about, you know, this shake or that shake. But then I throw those out there too, because sometimes I'll say something about Shakeology and somebody will be like, tell me a little bit more about Shakeology. Like I've been curious. My neighbor across the street last week, she was like, you drink Shakeology. I saw a post about Shakeology, don't you? And now she's like super interested in drinking Shakeology. So you never honestly know which one is going to be the one that's going to, you know, that's going to like trigger somebody's emotion or whatever. But I try to do a little bit of both, but I don't overly do the Beachbody stuff. And a couple things that I've heard from like miscellaneous people on, you know, in moms groups and social media stuff is like when you're that in your face about the product, then people are kind of turned off about it. And I think Shalene kind of did a really good job of talking about that too. But I think you have to create that interest. You have to share with people that you're doing something that's changing your life, that you're loving this, that, and the other, that, you know, that you've started doing X, Y, and Z, and that's kind of helped you. And it really, I mean, it's a tricky marketing time right now. It really is, because I mean, you guys know it. Like we have friends that sell like Rodan and Fields, for example. And all of their posts are literally pictures of the products and like prices and stuff like that. And I'm always like, how do they even make any money? Like, how do they, you know, like, I feel like that's so in your face all the time. That's their marketing thing though. Like that's what they tell people to do. And that's what they do. And apparently that works for a lot of people. And for us, it's a lot more behind the scenes stuff. But I think when you have a pretty good balance of, talking about it generically, and then throwing in a couple of those words here and there, then that, like, I'm not ashamed to say, I did a post the other day about how much I freaking love coaching, and Beachbody has changed my life, and I love Shakeology. You know, like I just put it all out there because that's what I do, and it's true. And I know that Melanie Mitro does a lot of posts like that, where she's like, thank God for Beachbody, thank God for Shakeology, like thank God. And I think, you know, she probably gets, you know, she has tons of coaches that follow her, so she gets a ton of traction from other coaches from talking about stuff like that. But it kind of just, ultimately, it kind of just has to be what works for you. Like if you don't feel comfortable like doing this every single day, you know, like I wouldn't do that. But
I don't do that.
That would, you know, like I don't think any of us do anything like that. But like and I can tell you, like if you're this person every single day, that does this, like, you're probably going to turn some people off. But, you know, if you're like drinking your shake in a coffee mug and you're like, oh my gosh, I almost ate all the Halloween candy, thank God for this, you know, somebody's going to be like, what's in that coffee mug, you know, potentially. Like, so there's just kind of that balance. And I'm doing the Jesse Reagan training right now. Everything that he has told us is don't say anything about anything. Keep it vague. And I'm like, oh, okay. But at the same time, like, how am I ever going to attract interest if I don't at least, you know, ask or put questions out there for your audience? I think a lot of what works for that is to ask a question in your post. I just kind of lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. But where was I going with that? Was that making sense? Not really.
Yeah. You were saying how he was, am I muted again?
No,
Sorry.
you're fine.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. You were saying how he was telling you to be super vague, and I think that's what I'm struggling with, is because I want to be like, oh my God, 80-day obsession is going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
My ass hurts.
Right.
I don't know. That's not vague.
So like, this morning I just did a post, and I didn't talk about it, but I just said, these brand new workouts I've been doing this week, part of this new program that launches in January with a different workout each day. You can try them all with me this next week because we're doing it again. So I didn't talk about the program, but I've talked about it a few times. And then I said, click the link to join below. And the link below says 80-day obsession, whatever. So I think enough people know, like, most of our warm market following knows that we're using Beachbody stuff, that we drink Shakeology. But I think, you know, every day in a post, if you're putting, you know, Shakeology on your post and all of that, then that can kind of be a turnoff. But kind of just creating that balance, I think, is important. Yeah. I think Shalene just did a post or something about that the other day. Let me see if I can find that. Does everybody have a like page? Yeah. If you don't, Tracy, do you have a like page, like a business page? Okay.
Yes, you do. Finally fit in my 40s.
Oh, okay. So a little bit of what I'm learning through this social media training is, a lot of it has to do with finding your cold market, and appealing to your cold market. So I know, like, initially starting a like page, a lot of it is like people that follow or people that we're friends with come like that page. But ultimately, like, and this is something that I kind of want to teach you guys, is potentially how to, you know, either run an ad, and I'm not talking about spending all kinds of hundreds of dollars, but finding some new likes for your page that are people that that are brand new people, cold market people that don't follow you on your regular social media, that you can provide a separate, like, place for people to potentially be interested in you. That's something I'm trying to work through right now. I'm a hot mess with it. But I'm learning that, you know, I've spent a little bit of money here and there to run ads of simple videos, workout videos, horizontal videos, where you're doing some kind of an ab workout or a plank or something and running an ad for that. And then just finding super cheap likes for your like page. And that kind of creates a brand new audience for you to appeal to. Now, those people I don't message, I don't reach out to, I don't send friend requests to. They're just people that follow my like page. And then eventually maybe they'll come to me or comment on my posts. And the purpose of having a like page is to provide valuable content for the people that follow you, and like thought-provoking stuff that they're going to be like, wait, what are you doing? What's that? and ask questions or engage on your posts, and then you can connect with them kind of on a different level. And I don't want to go too much into that because I don't want to like confuse anybody and make you think you have to be doing this all the time right now. But that's something that we can kind of transition to in 2018 too. And I can help you guys work through like page type stuff. And so I think we're doing the things that we should be doing right now. I think we're being consistent. I think we're being, we're providing value. We're sharing content that works. If you find something that you post that your followers like, do more of that. If you share something that, that doesn't get a lot of traction, okay, then maybe do less of that. But know that like, and this was in the Josh Coates training, that like whenever you post something, you're not going to get a ton of engagement on that post. That like for me, I'm not going to have 1,500 people come like my picture that I posted this morning. It's just not going to happen. If I have 10 people, great. But we can't worry about the ones that don't engage on our post. We have to focus on the ones that do. And sometimes it takes a while. I just got a message this week from a lady who's like, I've been following you for 2 years and I've never even seen her before. I'm like, oh, I have no idea who you are. So you never know. Like people follow you, they watch, and that's what's going to happen through this holiday season is people are going to eat like garbage. It happens. We know this. People are going to fall off. They're going to struggle. They might have some setbacks, but they're going to continue to watch because they're going to look to somebody who's motivating and inspiring them to start in January. Who gives a crap about any other coaches out there and how many following they have and how many people and all of that stuff, because that doesn't matter. You can absolutely 100% build your business based on the people that you have on your friends list, by the market that you're continuing to grow, by adding new contacts daily and things like that. And then just showing up and being consistent. So if there's one thing that you can do this holiday season in prep for 80-Day Obsession, it's just to be consistent and share the struggles, share the strengths, and know that like you're just doing the best you can. And that's kind of what we can share with people. Hey, like this doesn't have to be perfect. Do the best you can. And I think that's the balance part is so very important to so many of us as moms. I mean, you guys know it, like not to be in the gym 2 hours a day and not to be on some crazy diet and not to have somebody tell you can't have wine anymore. Like, I mean, wouldn't you just cry if you spent $500 on a trainer and you went to the gym and you had to be there for an hour and a half and they were like, you can't have wine anymore. Stop having wine. I would be like, I am out of here, dude. Take my money and I am gone. Like that's terrible. So knowing that you can help people create that balance and kind of just do that through your social media posts is so, so very important, especially through the holidays. We good? Awesome. I have a 5-year-old who just turned 6 this morning, so we have to go get ready for a birthday party. Yay. So it's cake 3 times today for us. So that's exciting. Yeah. All right, ladies. Well, thanks so much for getting on. I will post the recording at some point this weekend. And any questions about anything. And then I'll work on getting a family group together for recipe sharing and stuff, kind of team-wide. And then same thing with I'll look for that Shalene post. What else were we going to do? Double time group, team-wide double time group on November 27th. Is everybody okay with that?
Are we doing like a shared group?
We can, yeah. I mean, right now I have nobody. So I don't know. I mean, I could have 10, I could have 1. And I think if we do a shared group, there might be a little bit more engagement. It's up to you guys. If you want to do your own group, you can. But I'm just opening it up to our team so that way we have the option to have, and it just makes it, I think it makes it easier on us as coaches too, to not have to post every day and check up on everybody's every single post, like to be able to kind of share those responsibilities. But yeah, if you guys want, I can post that flyer. I would probably try to get in touch with your kids' teacher this weekend, or principal on Monday or something, and maybe put that out there and tell them you're doing a family-friendly holiday group about, you know, keeping your kids healthy through the holidays. And that's all I got. And if anybody wants, you know what, I'm gonna do, I'll just copy and paste my posts from my 80-day obsession group this week and just share my script for that. So that way, if you guys want to go ahead and start your own 80-day obsession group this weekend, you can, and then just share those posts if you want. Deal? All right, guys. Thanks for getting on. Have an awesome weekend.
Bye.